Life truly begins at 40. This is not just a catchy phrase but a profound insight rooted in Carl Jung's teachings. We live in a world that teaches us to fear aging, presenting it as a slow, inevitable decline. From childhood, we're taught to value youth and dread the passage of time. Wrinkles are seen as imperfections, gray hair as something to hide, and birthdays after a certain age become milestones of dread rather than celebration. But what if this narrative is entirely misguided? Aging isn't a loss, it's an evolution, a chance to grow, deepen, and truly come alive. Welcome to Practical Philosophy. Here, we delve into the timeless wisdom of psychology, philosophy, and human experience to help you navigate life's complexities with greater understanding. If you resonate with our message, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and join our growing community. Let's walk this path together and discover the beauty and purpose that each stage of life offers. Carl Jung viewed the second half of life not as a descent but as an ascension. For him, turning 40 marked the gateway to a profound transformation, a shift from external pursuits to internal fulfillment. In a world obsessed with youth, we often resist this transformation, fearing that aging equates to irrelevance. Yet, Jung saw it as a sacred invitation to deeper self-awareness and authenticity. The media glorifies youthful vigor while sidelining the wisdom that comes with age. Elderly individuals are often portrayed as relics of a bygone era, despite their wealth of experience. This cultural bias blinds us to a deeper truth. Aging is not about losing vitality. It's about unearthing the essence of who we truly are and embracing the wisdom that time graciously offers. When we're young, our lives revolve around ambition. We chase achievements, recognition, and external success, driven by the ego's need for validation. Society reinforces this dynamic, encouraging us to believe that our worth is tied to how much we achieve or how attractive we appear. We build careers, relationships, and identities based on societal standards, convinced that these milestones will bring lasting happiness. Yet, despite reaching these goals, many of us encounter a disquieting emptiness, a sense that something essential is missing. This emptiness often stems from a disconnection with our true selves. As we prioritize societal expectations over authentic personal growth, the pursuit of external success becomes a distraction from the inner call for meaning, leaving us feeling hollow despite our accomplishments. True fulfillment lies not in outward accolades but in an inward journey towards self-awareness and genuine purpose. Jung believed that this inner void is not a sign of failure but an invitation for growth. The second half of life, he argued, is when we transition from ego-driven living to a more authentic existence. This process, known as individuation, requires us to peel away the layers of societal conditioning and connect with our deeper self. It is a journey that demands courage, as it challenges the very identity we've spent decades constructing. This phase is marked by a profound psychological and spiritual awakening, where we begin to question our values, beliefs, and life's purpose. It is an opportunity to integrate the fragmented parts of our psyche and move toward wholeness, embracing both our light and shadow with compassion and wisdom. Having experienced this shift myself, I can attest to the transformative power of turning inward. In my 20s and 30s, I was consumed by the pursuit of success, believing that professional achievements would grant me lasting fulfillment. But each milestone, each accolade, left me feeling more disconnected from myself. It wasn't until I began to question these external measures of success that I found a deeper, more enduring sense of purpose. Letting go of the ego's demands felt like shedding a heavy, constricting cloak, one that had once seemed necessary but had, in reality, stifled my true self. This process revealed to me a core truth. The relentless chase for success often masks an underlying existential anxiety. Our psychological need for societal approval is deeply rooted in early conditioning, where love and validation are frequently tied to performance. By turning inward, I recognized that genuine fulfillment arises from a connection with one's authentic self, not from external validation. This insight aligns with Jung's understanding of the psyche and the individuation process, which requires us to explore the unconscious and integrate our shadow to achieve psychological wholeness. Society's fear of aging stems not just from a fear of physical decline but from the ego's terror of irrelevance. In youth, Our identity is tightly interwoven with what we do, how we look, and how others perceive us. We become attached to external markers of success, mistaking them for intrinsic worth. As Jung explained, the ego's role is primarily to help us navigate the external world, providing a necessary structure in the early stages of life. However, it is not equipped to guide us through the depths of our inner landscape. This is why midlife often triggers a crisis. The ego's map no longer corresponds to the territory we're entering. At this juncture, we are called to shift from ego-driven validation to soul-centered fulfillment, an inner transformation that requires self-awareness, acceptance, and courage to embrace the unknown. At this juncture, we can respond in one of two ways. Either resist the transformation by doubling down on old patterns or embrace it by turning inward. Many people choose resistance. They seek distractions, new cars, new relationships, new accomplishments, in an effort to recapture the excitement of youth. These pursuits provide temporary relief but fail to address the deeper existential call for authenticity. The soul, as Jung described it, continues to stir, persistently calling us toward a more meaningful existence. This moment of reckoning requires self-reflection, the courage to let go of superficial attachments, and the willingness to explore the uncharted depths of our psyche where genuine transformation begins. The alternative is to welcome this inner calling, and while the journey inward is daunting, it is also profoundly rewarding. When we release the ego's grip, we discover that our worth was never dependent on external validation. We come to appreciate life in its simplicity, the warmth of a sunrise, the depth of a heartfelt conversation, the joy of creative expression. These experiences, once overshadowed by the noise of ambition, become sources of profound fulfillment. More than that, this inward journey helps us reconnect with the core of our existence, where we find an unshakable sense of peace and purpose. The ego, once dominant, becomes a quieter companion rather than a harsh taskmaster. We learn to live with greater authenticity, guided by our inner wisdom rather than societal expectations. In this space, true fulfillment flourishes, rooted in self-awareness and genuine human connection. Jung's insights resonate deeply with Eastern philosophies, particularly in traditions like Buddhism and Taoism. In these systems, aging is not feared but honored. Elders are seen as embodiments of wisdom, their wrinkles etched with stories of resilience and growth. Time, in these traditions, is not an enemy but a teacher. As the distractions of youth fall away, clarity emerges. The mind, no longer preoccupied with societal expectations, finds space to reflect on life's deeper mysteries. This perspective underscores a fundamental psychological truth. The passage of time enriches the human experience, fostering greater self-awareness and emotional maturity. In these traditions, aging is viewed as a sacred journey toward enlightenment, where individuals, through reflection and contemplation, transcend the superficial concerns of youth and connect with life's deeper truths. In my own journey, reconnecting with my inner child has been a vital aspect of this transformation. As children, we approach life with unbridled curiosity and wonder. Every moment holds the potential for discovery. But as we grow older, societal pressures bury this innate curiosity beneath layers of responsibility and caution. Reclaiming this childlike perspective doesn't mean abandoning maturity. It means reawakening the sense of awe that makes life truly vibrant. This process requires us to break free from the rigid structures imposed by adulthood, where responsibilities often overshadow imagination. By nurturing our inner child, we rekindle our creativity, embrace spontaneity, and cultivate a sense of playfulness that adds depth and richness to our lives. It is through this lens of curiosity that we can rediscover the simple joys of life, see challenges as opportunities for growth, and reconnect with the authenticity that society often suppresses. Jung believed that integrating our shadow, the parts of ourselves we've repressed or denied, is essential for this growth. The shadow isn't inherently negative. It contains our creativity, our raw emotions, and our untapped potential. Facing the shadow requires honesty and vulnerability. It means acknowledging our insecurities, our fears, and the less flattering aspects of our personality. Yet, through this confrontation, we become more whole. The masks we've worn fall away, revealing the authentic self beneath. This process of shadow integration allows us to embrace our entire being, understanding that our strengths and weaknesses are two sides of the same coin. By acknowledging and accepting these hidden aspects, we unlock greater emotional resilience, creativity, and the capacity to form deeper, more authentic relationships with others. This journey isn't linear. There are moments of doubt, resistance, and even despair, but each challenge is an invitation to deepen our self-awareness. We learn to distinguish the ego's voice, which clamors for external validation, from the soul's whisper, which calls us toward inner peace. Over time, the need to prove ourselves diminishes. We stop measuring life by external metrics and start experiencing it in its fullness. This process of self-discovery is akin to peeling back layers of conditioning, revealing the essence of our true selves. It requires patience and courage to face the shadows within, but with each step, we gain clarity and emotional freedom. We begin to trust our inner guidance, finding meaning in authenticity rather than societal approval. Life after 40, then, is not a decline into irrelevance but a rise into authenticity. It is the stage where we stop playing roles and start living our truth. The superficial concerns that once dominated our thoughts lose their grip. We no longer feel compelled to compete or impress. Instead, we become more present, more compassionate, and more attuned to the interconnectedness of all life. This phase of life invites us to embrace our accumulated wisdom, deepen our emotional intelligence, and engage with the world from a place of genuine understanding. We find joy in simplicity, meaning in relationships, and purpose in contributing to something beyond ourselves. In this stage, life transcends the superficial and becomes a canvas for spiritual and psychological growth. Jung's wisdom serves as a beacon in a culture obsessed with youth. He reminds us that aging is not an enemy to fight but a process to embrace. With age comes not only wisdom but freedom, the freedom to live without pretense, to love without condition, and to find joy in the simple, unadorned moments of everyday life. Aging, when seen through this lens, becomes a sacred journey of self-discovery. It is a time when the masks of societal expectations fall away, allowing us to connect with our core essence. In this stage, we learn to appreciate the beauty of life's impermanence and find meaning in the depth of our relationships and experiences, rather than the fleeting allure of external validation. So, when you look in the mirror and notice a new wrinkle or a strand of gray hair, resist the urge to see it as a flaw. Instead, recognize it as a testament to your growth, your resilience, and your unfolding journey toward wholeness. Life, as Jung so profoundly observed, doesn't end at 40. In many ways, it finally begins. If you found this journey through Jung's wisdom meaningful, we invite you to join our community here at Practical Philosophy. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with those who seek deeper insights into life's transitions. Together, let's embrace the beauty of life's second half and continue exploring timeless lessons for a fulfilling, authentic existence.